Hello everyone, Alice here. Today I'm going to do my July wrap-up video. Quite a few books I read was on audio this month, so I'm going to talk a bit about the books I read and just do a wrap-up video really. So the first book I read, which was through Audible, was a book called Notes on an Execution. This follows a story of a guy that's on death row and it's 12 hours. He's got 12 hours left. And it also follows the story of 3 women that have some relation to this guy's life. And it kind of follows in the narrative of the guy, then on to the narrative of the women that kind of was there throughout his life, or who knew him, or who got hurt by him. And it's kind of a countdown, like it starts where there's 12 hours. Then as the story progresses, it goes to like 8 hours, 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, so on. And it kind of follows the fact that he's wanting to be remembered for everything he's done, but the women, how broken and hurt they are from what happened and how relieved they're feeling knowing that he's going to be dead soon. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. I weren't over keen on the story. Unfortunately, I didn't really enjoy it as much as I hoped to. I think I kind of heard so much hype around it that I thought it was going to be much better than it really was. So it was a 3 out of 5 stars for me. The second I physically read, Solitaire by Alice Osman. This follows the story of Tori Spring, which is Charlie's sister. It touches a lot on mental health, teenage years, things like that. And it's just kind of her story and how she's enjoying blogs that she's part of. And she talks about kind of how she's affected by Charlie's mental health, as well as how she kind of copes with it, with what she's going through. It was quite a good story. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed it, but I think because I've now read the Heartstopper books, I kind of don't think I'll find anything by Alice Osman as enjoyable as them, so that's why it was given a 4 out of 5 star rating. The second was another audio book that I listened to, and that's called Don't Make a Sound. This is a detective mystery based storyline that follows the story of Detective Nathan Cody and a case where girls are going missing. And it follows the story of him trying to find out what's gone on, as well as the perspective of the children that's been kidnapped, what their experience is and what they're going through. Kind of jumps from story to story. And overall, it was kind of an interesting book. I found it quite unique. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy it. There was room for improvement. However, I did find it to be a very unique storyline, which I did really enjoy. The next was another audio book, and that's A Tapping at My Door. This is another detective mystery story which follows police and detectives that's randomly getting murdered around Liverpool. and it follows, again, different perspectives, the perspective of the serial killer as well as the perspective of the detectives working the case. And there's kind of lots of clues and stuff that go on. I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, but I don't fully remember. I've done all my ratings on Goodreads if anyone would like to follow me on there. The next was actually a physical book, and this was my first my first manga, and that's Yustabora, the story of a novelist. It's quite a big manga. I will just talk a bit about the story. It's unfortunately it's to do with plagiarism more than anything else, but it follows the story of a girl that there's a suspected suicide at the beginning of the manga, and it kind of follows the story of her twin sister, the writer of the novel, Yustabora. I'm sorry if I'm not saying the name correctly. And kind of it follows the story of kind of whether it was really a suicide, the truth behind this actual novel. It sounded interesting, but I weren't actually that keen on it. It was more to do with plagiarism than anything else. The artwork is quite good. The only thing is there was a lot of unnecessary kind of there was a lot of unnecessary sex scenes that didn't really need to be in the book, but they were. Unfortunately, it really weren't that good. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed reading it in some respects because it was my first manga, because I'm kind of going into a bit of a manga era at the moment. Quite a few booktubers that I watch have started talking a lot about manga, and it's kind of piqued my interest in it. So it was an enjoyable manga. I mean, the spine looks really nice. It shows the twin sisters. It was still quite good. It was too much to do with plagiarism than anything else, and that's kind of what put me off it a bit. The next was another audiobook, and that's The Girl You Lost. This follows the story of a girl that basically goes into a cafe and meets a woman and says, "I'm your daughter, I went missing so many years ago." And it's another detective mystery story that follows kind of trying to find the truth of what happened, if this girl really is the daughter that the woman lost when she was I think it was 3 or 6 months old. Now she's about 18, and it's a lot to do with kind of searching, detective work, mystery, and there's quite a few twists in it as well. So it was overall a pretty good, interesting book. I think I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, or I may have gave it 4 out of 5 stars, because I did quite enjoy it. Then the final was something I physically read, and that is Death Note, the Black Edition. This is volume 1, but it's volume 1 and 2. I think the artwork's really stunning. I really love the black spray on it. So this is to do with a book that basically gives a human the ability to write, basically to write someone's name, and it gives them the ability to kill people off. And you're following the story of I forgot the boy's name now. Oh, the boy's called Light, and the weird demon creature, I'm pretty sure is called Shinigami. And the boy basically comes across this death note, which is like a little notebook, and he starts looking through it. He has no idea what it's to do with. He then gets met by this weird monster creature, which I'm pretty sure I think I said was, well, he's called Reich. Sorry, I'm not very good with names. But it follows the story of him basically trying to wipe out all criminals. But there's lots of rules and regulations that you have to follow in order for the notes to actually work. And it follows his story. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole idea and concept. It's a very good psychological thriller, I guess. I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I did really enjoy it. I do hope to get the other volumes, just to kind of read them properly. But this was volume 1 and 2, but it's kind of volume 1, but it has volume 1 and 2 in. I think there's 5 or 6 volumes, but I'm not certain. So that was my final book that I read for this month. So this was my July wrap up. If you enjoyed this video and my other content, then please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Take care and happy reading. And bye for now.